at 6, allegations are being made that a candidate running for judge in Jefferson Parish created a fake political committee, then sent out a mailer from that entity to voters endorsing himself.
The lawsuit was filed yesterday against Pat Rooney, a Republican running for judge in First Parish Court against Johnny Lee. Lee ran first in the primary last month, with Rooney coming in second.
Today, a judge in Jefferson Parish took action in the matter. WDSU reporter Travers Mackel live now with the Commitment 2014 story, all new at 6. Travers.
Scott, a judge granted a temporary restraining order preventing the Rooney camp from using a certain type of flyer in which they claim to have picked up certain endorsements, and the situation has one longtime political analyst scratching his head. Just days before the primary election last month, Jefferson Parish judicial candidate Pat Rooney used his campaign Twitter handle to send out this tweet, claiming he'd been endorsed by an organization called the East Jefferson Republican Voter League. He even attached a flyer he claims was sent from that group backing several candidates. But last night, this lawsuit was filed by Stephen Pettit, a former candidate in the race who ran 5th last month, against Rooney and one of his campaign workers. Pettit claims Rooney made up the group East Jefferson Republican Voter League, saying, "These alleged entities are nothing more than the figment of the imaginations of the defendants." Today, a judge granted a temporary restraining order, preventing Rooney's camp from using the material again. Rooney and his lawyer failed to show up in court Tuesday to defend themselves against the allegations.
It takes a lot to get a judge to put a restraining order out there to, cease and desist on putting out information.
But that's what happened. And longtime UNO political analyst Ed Chervenek says he's rarely seen allegations like this.
I've never heard of a candidate creating their own endorsing group and then sending out a mailer endorsing that candidate. No, never heard of that.
The man who filed the lawsuit seeking the TRO, Stephen Pettit, says it is unquestionable that the East Jefferson Republican Voters League and/or the East Jefferson Voter League are non-existent entities, and the legal requirements that they be registered with the Louisiana Ethics Administration were simply ignored and disregarded by Mr. Rooney's campaign and others on his behalf. The purpose of these laws is to prevent this very conduct, that is, to prevent persons from misleading the voters as to their true identity in political activities, advertisements, ballots, and publications. But Rooney called the lawsuit just petty political games, and in a written statement added, "The misconception is that an entity does not exist because it is not listed with the Secretary of State. Revised Statute 18:1483 states a political committee means any 2 or more people that support 1 or more candidates. There is no language that says it must be filed with the Secretary of State. I have no involvement with the creation of the East Jefferson Voter League. I had no involvement with the creation of this sample ballot. I was invited to be on this mailer," although he wouldn't tell us who invited him to be on the mailer or who makes up the group. Rooney also acknowledged that the mailer sent out by the East Jefferson Republican Voters League did list an address used by his campaign. As for that matter, Rooney says the mailer did have my address on it because I was told that it would allow me to verify that the list was good and would not have wasted money sending pieces to bad addresses. His full statement is on our website right now. Rooney's opponent is Johnny Lee. He says if these allegations are true, then he's very disappointed. Scott?
All right,